You are listening to Single Smart Female. This is Jen, explaining the possibilities in your love life and examining your mantourage dating experiences. I am here to help you do life and love on your terms by tipping the scales of love permanently in your favor. So don't forget to text this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends, and let's get started. Hello, single smart female. It's your romantic fairy godmama. And today we have a romantic fairy godmama quickie. And this is a good one today. Today we're talking about a single, secure, adored woman's secrets. Yep, you need to take notes. This is really important. If you want to walk in my world, not only are you going to be adored, but I expect you to learn to feel secure in that. And so these are some of the things that you need to know going in is expected of you. So number one, a single, secure, adored woman, one of her big secrets is she's got her own bank. She doesn't need a man financially. Why? Now, does that mean if you're in an unstable financial place that if you have any financial instability, you can't find love? No, of course. Of course you can still find love. Anybody can find love. But to be really powerful in the context of love and relationship, it works a lot better when you have your own bank, when you make your own money, when you enter a marriage or a relationship. And there's always an exit strategy that can work for you because financially you aren't completely dependent on him. It doesn't mean you can't share. I'm not saying any of that. I just want you to have your own bank. I have a lot of women tell me, Jen, I really want to work with you, but you're way too expensive. Well, first off, I'm completely worth it. But second part of it, it's because I want you to be in a financial place. Well, hold on. Before I even say this, I do know a lot of you like to use that as an excuse for everything is I can't afford it. If it's something you're not really ready for yet, you say, I can't afford it. So let's say that you truly can't. I also want you to get yourself to a financial place where you can. Why? Because especially when you can afford me, you'll be in a financial situation that's great for dating. And we'll talk on another podcast about, I know a lot of women come with this story, but that means I'm going to be very successful and men aren't going to want me because of that. And that's complete bullshit. I prove to the contrary all the time with women that I work with. I want you to be successful. Go get your money. All right. Have your own bank. And when you go into a relationship, make sure you manage a way to keep having that come in. So even if you decide to be at some point like a stay-at-home mom, things like that, make sure there's lots of different ways to do it, but make sure you're still getting paid during that time too. Meaning, he's the one financially supporting in a relationship, then you're getting a cut of that if you're taking care of kids and you're putting that away for yourself. So you never get to a place that if something happens to him or if he was to bail, that doesn't happen in Adored Woman, but you still want to know that you're completely financially secure. Okay? And I want you to keep working towards that and keep having that your entire life. You deserve that and you are worth it. Okay, number two, a secure, single, secure, adored woman is comfortable with him paying. She's getting comfortable with chivalry, opening doors, things like that. Now, is this an absolute necessity? It's part of learning how to receive. See, a lot of successful women are really shit at receiving. So they'll go find guys that they might receive certain things emotionally from, but they have to do the heavy lifting for everything else because she's just not comfortable receiving. And when you learn to become a secure, adored woman, then you learn to receive. So little things like letting him pay and not automatically jumping the gun to just prove that you don't need him to pay. So of course you don't need him to, especially if you're thriving financially, you don't need him to pay. But you also realize that because you're an adored woman and you're learning to receive, that letting him pay not only is a great gesture for him, it's a great experience and learning experience for you. And over time, it starts to feel really good. And it's a great dynamic between men and women. It doesn't mean you'll never pay. Let me make that very clear. But even to this day with my husband, even though we have shared bank accounts and things like that, he does the act of paying 98% of the time. And it feels good. It feels really good. And it's just a gesture that works really well in these scenarios. And you get comfortable with receiving by the way, when somebody pays, it also doesn't mean you owe him sex. Let me make that clear. You owe nobody sex at any point in time because they pay for something. They give you a gift or anything like that. And sometimes we won't let men pay so that they won't think that. Well, if they think that, you just tell them differently. Like, no, I'm not up for purchase here. Now, if that was your career, completely different scenario. We're not talking about that right now. But I want to make that very clear. Because somebody pays, or a man pays, it doesn't mean you owe him anything except for your gratitude. That's it. Okay. Number 3. Okay, she knows how to manage male attention on her schedule. Okay, ladies, let's be real. As advanced as we are these days, a lot of you are really shit at managing your schedule when it comes to men. And you let them push you into, and you wait till the last minute because there's going to be one that you like more than the other. And you'll try to hold out as long as you can to see if he'll invite you out on Friday night. You can't do that. All right? You have to learn how to use sweet spot communication and manage male attention and do things on a schedule that works for you. Otherwise, dating can feel crazy pants. Or it will feel crazy pants. That's a guarantee. You will feel insane if you're always waiting on him and what his schedule is and what his needs are. Or if you have somebody that's overly eager, you're just going to feel disenchanted by him and like, oh, there must be something wrong with him. I'm going to pay attention to the guy that I have to wait on because it's just weird if some guy is actually actively trying to be good to me. And there's just so much crap and confusion and all that. And it really shuts women down from dating. So I want to tell you, a single, secured, adored woman, which is something I teach in Secret Society, she knows how to manage male attention and she knows how to manage her schedule in reference to men, in reference to other things as well. Because what you do also learn is that you date, and this isn't a perfect scenario, all the perfect balance all the time. Do know that. But you date your friends, you date your family, you date your men, and you date yourself. Okay? Number 4. Número 4. She knows that her version of love and relationship is on the way no matter what she sees right in front of her. So Mantourage dating is a lead up to the love life that you really want. It's a way to not only explore who you are romantically, it's to explore what there is out there in reference to who you are romantically. And believe me, you haven't touched the tip of the surface of any of what the possibilities are. We think we know exactly what we want, but all of you have, again, there's no real depth in what you know yet and what is possible because a lot of you are functioning on very jaded experiences. Or if you had one really good experience, then you kind of anchor to that and you put blinders on, you don't see anything else. And you measure everything to that experience and get left wildly disappointed all the time because nobody can measure up. Okay? So a single, secured, adored woman knows that her version of love, which she's going to discover as she Mantourage dates, is on its way. And she learns how to really surrender and enjoy the moment and have fun and have influence because there is control in it. You're going to have control, but it's not that chokehold control that you've been trying to manage in your dating life that leaves you extremely disappointed, disenchanted, and pissed off all the time. An adored, secured woman knows that her version, I'm going to say it again, her version of love and relationship is on its way. And she's decided to enjoy everything else that's unfolding meanwhile and really learning to experience her power in relationship to men. And I'm going to tell you time and time again, ladies, you hold all of the cards. You just have never been given the full deck. Hey, Lover Girl. Thanks for joining me today and texting this episode to all of your single smart girlfriends. If you have a question that you'd like to submit for on-air consideration or want to learn more about working with me, then meet me over at singlesmartfemale.com. See you there.